Welcome back to Andertons TV. Oz. In fact, you're going to see everyone, I think, in this video. Oz and Tay and Pete, maybe a bit of Ben and some of me. So, Oz.
Yes.
Tell the people, tell me, in fact, what do we know about Dunable? I hope I've got the pronunciation right.
Dunable.
Yeah,
I've always doubted it as well. It wasn't until now.
Not Dunable.
I always thought it was Dunable, but no, Dunable.
Nothing to do with the Atreides family or
no,
Arrakis
Dunable.
or Spice.
Yeah.
Perhaps they're made of that. I don't know. Okay, so Dunable guitars. Tell me about them.
Yes, Sasha Dunable. He's in a band called Infonaut.
Okay.
Was playing in 2012, like kind of making kind of guitars for himself and other people. After about 2 years, basically started becoming like full-time, having to make a lot of guitars and stuff like that. Wanted to do retro-futuristic kind of looking guitars, things that suit the metal thing, but aren't necessarily pointy, angry. We're not talking BC Rich here or Jackson or anything.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yes. And
so it's because you think about that metal scene for so many years was like you had to have something sort of, if it wasn't sort of slightly more straight pointy like Ibanez, you had to do BC Rich or Jackson or something like that. But this is, like you say, this is sort of a 60s retro throwback / metal crossover vibe.
But it suits a lot of stuff where a lot of brands really fall short with that, I think. Dunable do very well in like the alternative music spaces where kind of nothing really. You want something that sticks out, but you don't want to play what everyone else has. I think if you're a bit of an edgelord like me, you're going to be looking at guitars. Like I think they've identified the shapes that kind of represent the traditional things that we're used to and we all like. Yeah. But also kind of something a bit angrier. I think the Mosrite-esque shape, I think, is the best example of that.
Funnily enough, I always think when you move away from what we accept as the very traditional kind of shapes,
Strats, Les Pauls,
the guitars are made or broken by what the designer decides to do with the scratch plate. Scratch plate. And I did think when I looked at the Yeti and which is the shape I've got, and the Gnarwhal, and I think there's a couple other shapes as well. It's the scratch plate is very cleverly cut to really give the guitar just a pleasing aesthetic.
Yes.
So, okay, so we know about Dunable. It's interesting. It's another player that's decided to start his own guitar
Very much
brand.
so, and it's all from feedback of the people that play in heavy music communities, alternative music communities,
which is cool. It's not Strat Telly Les Paul ripoff. Although there's one or two that you might say have got a sort of an offset or a more traditional vibe. It's an American custom shop that have more recently started to do factory, more mass production in Korea.
Yep, that's from 2020 they did that.
Right.
So,
Right now at Andertons, and again, Dunable is still a small builder in the grand scale of things, right? Right now in Andertons, you're going to see sort of periodic deliveries of the stuff that's coming out of Korea. It's not like a Fender catalogue where you can just see 100 guitars online and go, I'd like one of those, please. You've kind of got to wait and see what are they going to build next, and then that's what is available to buy.
Which is its own kind of fun, because every now and again, like when you see one come around that you like, you're going to want to jump on it before you lose out, you know?
Or, of course, there is the American Custom Shop, of which I think you've designed, or you've put together 4 models, haven't you? So we're going to give those a try. I remember what the American Custom Shop stuff is between the sort of 3,000 and the 4,000 mark, so obviously,
which is better than you think for a lot of like proper American custom shop spec it your own online kind of thing.
Kind of feels like sort of, you know, ESP Custom Shop America maybe from 5 years ago, like all the pre-insane COVID price rises. But tell me roughly-ish, where's the Korean stuff pricing?
Between 1,000 and 1,400. I think typically they're kind of around like 1,250, 1,300. Which honestly, I was thinking about this the other day. There isn't actually much in that kind of. It's quite a niche price point now.
Those brands, like some of the better LTD ESP stuff, that are still made in Korea. Some of the dearer Schecter stuff that's still made in Korea. That's actually, the Dunable stuff stacks up quite well price-wise. So let's talk models specifically. There's only, 4 or 5 shapes maybe?
Five, 6,
we've got 3 of the shapes here, and we'll talk about the other shapes by flashing them up. The reason we haven't got all of them here, despite the fact that I thought our opening Dunable order was quite large and quite optimistic, the ones we haven't got have sold out already. So
before we even said that we have them, they're gone.
So there must be some pent-up interest in this. So,
but me, I'm buying them all.
Is it you?
Yeah.
So what do you want? Do you want to start with what I think we both agree is
This is the coolest.
it's very, very
In my
cool.
opinion.
It's got a Mosrite kind of vibe, which
Yes.
was a sort of a 60s American brand that did these sort of more, it's almost got like a Picasso's take on a, like a Strat or something, isn't it? It's just like, it's all gone a bit wobbly.
A bit drunk.
I don't mean Picasso anyway, do I? I mean... Oh God, this is me showing. Who's the artist that did all the like clocks?
Oh God, it's no. I know it.
Dali.
Dali.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, the name we're all going for. It's what I meant to say is it's got like a Salvador Dali's take on like, well, that's what the Mosrite stuff was really.
Yeah,
it was like
yeah.
this sort of slightly wobbly looking weirdy.
I'm happy to say I think this is the coolest shape to exist in any guitar.
Yeah.
I think it's the most underappreciated shape as well.
And that's the Gnarwhal, right?
Yes.
The sort of the horned whale, I suppose.
Gnarwhal.
Different colours and stuff. I suppose will flash up on screen now. But what's the basic spec of that model?
Mahogany, body, neck, ebony fingerboard, which I think is quite rare for this price point, just saying. We got Dunable's own Cthulhu pickups, which typically you do find in a lot of the DE models. But there are some
And
exceptions.
Cthulhu is a sort of a mid-hotness, I think it's 10 to 11K kind of output. So it's fairly hot, but not on the insane hotness.
But you won't find many pickups by Dunable that are soft. I think a lot of them
I was going to
are.
say, when we get into these, we talk
Yeah.
insane hotness.
Again, these aren't strictly metal guitars, but they do a good representation of that kind of thing, and the hardware is geared towards that kind of thing. But yeah, no, just nice 25.5-inch scale.
How would you
set
describe
neck.
the sort of the
It's a C.
feel of the neck? It's a C shape, yeah.
C. I'd say it's a thin C. I don't know. Maybe it feels thinner to me, but maybe I'm looking at it.
I always
thinking
think
it's
when a neck is painted, as these all seemingly are,
it tricks you into thinking it's like.
Actually, no, that's satin on the back of that one. But when they're painted, they have a slightly different feel. So
I know
I
what
think
you
you're
mean.
right. It's like a thin C, but with the painted
I always
feel.
feel like binding changes my opinion as well. I don't know why it like.
I think binding does change the
Yeah.
sort of the contact on the edge of the neck to how it feels.
Either way, absolutely cannot fault how it feels. It feels great to me, this one at least. It feels super, super comfortable.
Was the Gnarwhal available as the baritone, or is that just a standard?
Yes, there was. We did have one that was a baritone. There was also some black limber ones. There's some swamp ash ones. There's some really, really cool finishes online, which I don't actually see much in a lot of other guitars. A lot of other brands don't typically do a lot of these colours. I mean, even aged Silverburst on that one is a very handsome looking colour.
I'm quite happy with the balance of this. Sometimes when you get brands that are going for those more just go for a crazy shape for pure aesthetic reasons, they don't necessarily balance perhaps brilliantly well. But how are you finding that?
I mean, I had a 64 Mosrite, and I tell you, this definitely feels a lot more balanced than that did.
Right.
A lot less. I mean, there's a bit of neck dive, but it's not like I think the shape.
Yeah, a little bit more
kind
on
of-
yours than maybe mine.
But the shape kind of balances against it anyway. It's good. It feels great.
I do like. I mean, that's my favourite.
It's
just
wicked.
aesthetic shape.
Yeah.
Let's go through the tones. We've got a
Yes.
little bit of we've got some coil splitting and stuff like that. But
pull-pull.
so these are the Cthulhu humbuckers. Let's have a
Yes.
listen.
Play some chords and stuff.
Now,
Wicked.
I can't see, other than a bit of extra reverb, I can't see any pedals
There's
on
some
there.
amp gain. That's
So
it.
have we sort of goosed the amp a bit more
little
than
bit.
Pete normally would?
Yes.
Okay, so that's where the overdrive's
But
coming from.
Pete will do some playing as well, and he'll be able to have it in his
And you
pop style.
can split those pickups as
Yes. Definitely doing something.
well? Much brighter when they're split. What about the neck one? How does that split?
Wow. See,
like it.
It sounds great. I mean, when you read what Sasha talks about how he wants his pickups to be, he wants it to have that high output, aggressive sound, but then keep that articulation. And especially when you split them, it definitely has that. I mean, it's a fairly high output neck humbucker that should be quite dark, even split, and you can still hear the. Still surprisingly,
Yeah.
it was great. the full
Pinball Wizard there, I think I just heard, didn't I?
But the full volume neck pickup though is just glorious. Great for garage rocking, which is what the Mosrite always makes you want to do.
I don't think there's any such thing really as a guitar that can only for metal or only for blues.
Sure.
I think that's just how people pigeonhole shapes, isn't it? Rather
Absolutely.
Than, really, it's a 25.5-inch scale length, 2-humbucker hardtail guitar.
That sounds great. It feels great. It looks great.
Yeah. So you play whatever you like on this, but I do get the aesthetic perhaps more attached to the brand.
It's definitely been claimed by a lot of the Doom guys. So
okay, so the next model that we have, and this I'm told by the Dunable guys is probably the best-selling shape, and I think it's the one we ordered the most of. So we've still got a few colours left of these. But yeah, the black one over there, this oxblood colour one, and this greenburst one are a shape called the Yeti. The black one, interestingly, has got the Cthulhu pickups are on it that were on the guitar that Oz was just playing. If you notice these ones here where you can't see the pole pieces, these are a pickup called a worm slug.
slugworm.
Slugworm. What did I call it?
Worm slug.
Sorry. Worm slugworm. This is a hotter pickup. Dive on over to our website if you want to see exact specs, but from memory these are around the 15 to 16k kind of output. Pretty much feels like all of the spec is the same though, other than the body shape. So you've still got your 25.5-inch scale length, you've got your ebony fretboard, you've got your mahogany bodies and stuff, your set necks. The neck feels the same kind of vibe to me as the
exactly the same to me
as the Gnarwhal. But do you want to give us I was going to play, I've got a different
Go for
amp.
it. No,
I
go
was
for
going
it.
to say actually you're probably better off. So now without changing any settings,
yes.
Let's see what these pickups sound like.
Can I ask you which one you prefer colour-wise? Oxblood or the aged Silverburst? They're both actually just wang, to be honest.
Probably the oxblood, but then that's maybe I think it might be the fact that the torque guard.
The torque guard's nice.
You know what though? Black with the gold is probably my.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't know.
Pretty posh.
Actually, all three look great. So let's have a little listen to what they call the Yeti. And again, did you say baritones as well?
Again, check links below with each batch. But I've seen a couple of baritones, a couple of different things, a few things with Bigsby's on, a few things with vibrolas, stuff like some weird stuff you can get. So yeah, just check.
look, I don't really fully understand what happens when the outputs of pickups go from, say, 6 or 7K to 10 to 12. In my head, you're going, well, if you've got 50% more K, is that like 50%? But it doesn't necessarily, it can't translate to that because it's not that much gainier than it's more barky, I would say, than necessarily
there's a low
gainy.
mid-range thing, but it's like, especially for the power chords on the pickup, it's... Definitely more skewed towards the bass end a little bit, but it sounds incredible. Let's just hear the bridge pickup. Great.
Does sound cool,
Proper
doesn't it?
classic rocky.
I must say as well, here is, so that, tell me, who was the band?
The Psychotic Monks.
The Psychotic Monks, and what made me laugh, because I'm old, was that if I go, so I'm playing, if I just move that third finger down a semitone, I go from to basically status quo. So we go from doom to status quo in basically a semitone and largely the same riff.
It's a great riff.
But there we are. So Yeti's here. Before we move on to the black one in the middle here, let's just talk about the shapes that we haven't got and just give them a quick shout out. R2 looks wicked.
Heavily based off of Gibson RD.
Yeah. Which not that many brands do like a copy of, do they? Or, I mean, obviously, I think the RD has just appeared in a new Epiphone line.
Really?
Was it Futura? Check that out, because that'll be great value as well.
Yep.
But yes, the RD is a very underrepresented and super cool looking shape.
And popular with the Doom community again.
Yeah, so again, Dunable R2 for that. The
Cyclops,
which is the...
kind of similar to the Yeti, apart from a little bit stouter.
That's right. So Cyclops, I don't think right now Andertons have got any, and therefore the listings on our website might be light on those. But yes, Cyclops on screen now, you can see what that looks like. And then what do they call the
asteroid?
The asteroid, yes. So again, another, inspired by kind of looking shape, but very cool as well.
Some basses as well.
Lots of baritones, as we've mentioned before. Yeah. So diving over to the website. Let's do the last one.
Yes, the Minotaur.
It's got Minotaur vibes, hasn't it? The horns and all that kind of stuff.
Now, typically, this one's got EMGs in. There was one in the shop fairly recently which had basically very similar to this Gnarwhal over here with the Cthulhu pickups. Yeah. Just kind of the gloss black. This is a matte black one with the EMGs. I imagine we'll probably see Ben Elmer playing this at some point.
Where have I... Now, obviously... Got shades of SG and Les Paul.
Double cut Les Paul a little bit.
From the sort of the Les Paul. It's got the points, the horns from the SG. The satin black with the black hardware works.
It feels great. When Dunable first released this shape, I was so hot and cold about it, and now I've played them. I go like, I think it's one of the coolest looking shapes. I know it's all blacked out and EMGs, which isn't typically my thing, but I think the shape itself is fantastic.
Yeah, I would assume if it's got a gloss finish, the neck is gloss on the back as well. Probably. This having a satin finish has a satin neck. Yes. But I like that. It's very compact. It's probably the smallest one, isn't it, of all of the models.
See, and that will have a great balance to it as well. Like, just...
You do love your...
I love that. Yeah, but it's
like watching Mark King play the guitar.
Yeah. This feels great. A nice bevel.
Yeah, it's a pretty guitar, that one, isn't it? I like the knobs. They're like old like Dunable knobs or something, aren't they?
Yeah, but they look awesome.
Dumbable knobs. Obviously, maybe not.
I don't know. Locking tuners.
I did have a quick blast on that one, and for me, the EMGs were hot. Like hotter than I think my amp is really dialed in for.
Lumen lay.
I wonder what you were doing there.
It was lumen lay. I was just checking there. They glow in the dark.
I think that's actually quite a good demo of like an active versus passive.
It's so hot.
It's so bright, so hot. And I think again, if I owned that guitar, I'd dial my amp in differently.
You do forget how good EMGs sound when, like, almost if you forget metal exists for a second and just play them normally. They sound.
I think
great.
It's got. It reminds me. It's almost got like an acoustic guitar piezo bright shrillness to it that I'd probably want to back. But
but it is to keep that like.
It's so tight for that, isn't it? You need more reverb for that kind of heavy metal kind of not. But I think it sounds great. That right at the start of the video, I looked at the three different shapes we've got, and I instantly went, "That's my least favourite." And as we get to the end,
it warms on you.
It's like a proper grower. That
it's
one.
So
I can't
weird.
decide. It is a weird.
But I mean, imagine this in this colour, with a nice tortoiseshell pick guard. I'm just saying, which is a possibility. Again, check the links below. They might. You never know.
Well, in great Andertons tradition, of course, we would like you guys to feel like you can come into the store and give these a try if they're in stock. So dive on over to our website. Just underneath where it tells you how many we've got, it'll tell you whether they're in the store or in our warehouse.
Yeah.
And if you can only see them in the warehouse, all you got to do is call the store or give us an email and say, would you mind if you've got one over? And we'll do all that for you as well. But thank you, Oz, for
No, you're welcome.
the little brief history of the Dunable thing.
Well, they're going to have to beat me to them because I'm going to buy all of them.
I tell you what I did enjoy was the sort of, you led that kind of, Pete on bass, Tay on drums, like rock and roll kind of,
Yeah, a bit of something. Yeah,
bit of something different for us, which was good fun. So that's it. Thanks for joining. Please let us know what you think of Dunable guitars, and maybe there are some other less well-known brands we ought to go check out. Perhaps
for sure.
Put those in the description below. I'm loving that this year. We're sort of on a journey.
We're on an alternative path.
Okay, thank you. See you next time.
I got Lee to play Yob.